I'd like to call Senate to order. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Barnett. Robert Green. Senator Barrett. Senator Berry. Senator Blackman. Senator Blackwell. Senator Blunt. Senator Boyd. Senator Brumfield. Senator Bryan. Senator Butler. Senator Carter. Senator Chazanall. Senator Chisholm. Senator DeBar. Senator Delano. Senator Dupree. Senator England. Senator Fillingane. Senator Frazier. Senator Gillespie Ison. Senator Harkin. Senator Hartnett. Senator Hickman. Senator Hill. Senator Hobson. Senator Jackson. Senator Johnson. Senator Kirby. Senator Ladner. Senator McCon. Senator McClendon. Senator McMahon. Senator Michelle. Senator Mumford. Senator Norwood. Senator Parks. Senator Pope. Senator Rhodes. Senator Seymour. Senator Simmons of the 12th. Senator Simmons of the 13th. Senator Sparks. Senator Suber. Senator Tate. Senator Taylor. Senator Thomas. Senator Thompson. Senator Turner Ford. Senator Whaley. Senator Wiggins. Senator Williams. Senator Younger. Mr. President,
Yes, sir. We'll be ready.
a quorum is present.
Thank you. Will senators and guests in the gallery please rise for the invocation to be given by my friend Robert Green, who is the senior pastor of Fondren Church here in Jackson and the guest of Senator Harkins. And the invocation will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by Senator Harkins. Pastor Green.
Thank you. Pray with us. Father, Moses made a declaration in Deuteronomy 32 that you are the rock. Your work is perfect, for you are just and good and without iniquity. God, we look to you. We thank you for being who you are. Lord, we are not those things, and we are in need of those things, the attributes that you possess. I pray that we would aspire to. Lord, thinking of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 1 that tells us that we should pray for our leaders. I stand among our leaders of the state of Mississippi. I stand with them and pray for them. Thank you for who they are and who they're becoming and the passion and ambition that they have to make our people better and to enact policy and change and make improvements. Lord, I pray for them, and I pray for blessing over them. Lord, I stand among people who have needs and ambitions and fears and hopes and live in this world where, Jesus, you said, in this world we will have trouble, but to take heart because you've overcome the world. I pray for just the realness of their lives and the burdens they carry and the opportunities they have to move our state forward. And Father, I pray for thinking of James chapter 3 that says there's two kinds of wisdom. There's a wisdom that's earthly, and Lord, it's an unspiritual wisdom, and it's full of selfish ambition and bitterness. And Lord, there's a different kind of wisdom. It's a heavenly wisdom that's described in the 3rd chapter of James as pure and peaceable and gentle and open to reason. And God, I pray wisdom for our leaders. Lord, I pray that you give them what they need, and their wisdom would be more and more just this gravitational, godly pull toward purity and peace and gentleness and reasonableness. Lord, I pray that you help them to work together for the greater good and to look to you. Lord, that you will help them to love you with all their heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love their neighbor as themselves. And Lord, as we think about our neighbors, I pray that you help us to have an ambition to make our state a place where people can lead good lives and lead better lives. And we thank you, Lord, for the fatigue that's probably here, for the work, for the tireless effort. God, I thank you for it, and I pray for them that you would be their sustainer. I pray in the name of Christ. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
Smelser when I see.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
great.
You know, they celebrated his 80th birthday.
I know, I was there.
Were you there,
Yeah,
Brent?
I went to
Yeah.
Brett.
Yeah. You know, when you think of Brent's, think of Brad Reeves and pray for Brad. You know, he's really, I talked to him yesterday. What a good guy. There's a fellow named John Deans that's my age.
Yeah.
And John's right now. Don't forget.
Robert, thank you very much. Now the reading of the journal. Senator Blackwell, you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move we dispense with the reading of the
Senator
journal.
moves dispense with the reading of the journal. Message and petitions, Mr. Clerk.
Mr. President, there are none.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Committee report. Senator Blackwell, you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move we dispense with the reading of the committee
Senator moves
reports.
dispense with the reading of the committee reports. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Next, the reading of titles of bills and resolutions. Recognize Senator Blackwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move we dispense with the reading of the titles of
Senator
bills
moves
and
dispense with the
resolutions.
reading of the titles of bills and resolutions. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Blackwell. Senator McMahon, for what purpose? Senator Kirby,
Introduction.
please proceed.
On behalf of Senator Chisholm, Senator Sparks, and myself in the North Gallery, we have the mayor of Baldwin, Mississippi here, Rosalind Clark. We would ask her to stand. Welcome her to her state senate.
Welcome, Mayor. Thank you, Senator McMahon. Thank you, Mayor. Now, we'll go to any other announcements. Seeing none, we'll go to the calendar. Go to the calendar. Finance, Senator Harkins, pass and retain. Kirby, pass and retain. Parks. Senator Parks, you're recognized. Senate, we're on item 5.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, first I'd like to be recognized to enter a motion to reconsider for item 30.
Hold on. Let's have order in the Senate. The senator has the right to be heard.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, may I be recognized to enter a motion to reconsider for item 33 on yesterday's calendar, House Bill 4112.
Read your title. This is what you-
Right now, I'm just asking
Senate,
for a motion.
House Bill number 4112, City of Tupelo, restores certain funding to be used by Northeast Mississippi Regional Water Supply District for district operations.
And your motion, Senator? Was
I was just putting it on a motion to reconsider.
Senator holds a motion to reconsider.
Thank you. Now,
All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it, Senator.
thank you. Now, if we can now proceed with the local and private's calendar. And when I finish, I would like for immediate release of all. Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to skip item 5, Senate Bill 3408, and go to item 6, and call up House Bill number 4080, and ask the title be read.
Pass item 5, go to item 6. Pass and retain item 5, go to item 6. Please read the title.
House Bill 4080, Jackson County, extend repeal on authority to contribute to junior auxiliary of Pascagoula Moss Point.
I make the usual motion.
Senator makes the usual motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it, Senator.
This is just simply extending a repealer that allowing a contribution of funds to the junior auxiliary of Pascagoula Moss Point for $5K. Happy to answer any questions. If none, I'd ask for passage on the morning roll call.
Seeing no questions, Senator suggests the use of morning roll call for final passage. Any senator object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? Seeing none, please record all present by the use of morning roll call as voting aye, and the bill is passed. Senator?
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to skip number 7 on the calendar today, item number 7, 4110.
Pass and retain item 7. Go to item 8.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President.
Please.
Call up item 8 and ask the title be read.
Please read the title.
House Bill 4111, Hancock County, provided that the Hancock County Tourism Development Bureau shall be held inactive with its activities held in abeyance.
I make the usual motion.
Senator makes the usual motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senator?
What this bill is simply doing is pausing the Hancock Tourism Development Bureau, and what it will now allow the Hancock County Board of Supervisors to do is allow them to become a part of the coastal Mississippi. Happy to answer any questions. If none, I'd ask for passage on the morning roll call.
Seeing no questions, Senator suggests the use of morning roll call final passage. Any senator object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? Seeing none, please record all present by the use of morning roll call as voting aye, and the bill is passed. Senator?
Thank you, Mr. President. Call up item number 9, House Bill 4113.
Please read the title.
House Bill 4113, Perry County, authorizes assessments on civil cases filed and convictions obtained in Justice Court for operation and maintenance of Justice Court building.
What this is simply...
Senator, make a usual motion.
Making the usual motion.
Senator makes the usual motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Now, Senator Parks.
Thank you. All this is simply doing is authorizing the Board of Supervisors for Perry County to levy an assessment of $50 per case on the civil case. Each misdemeanor and non-adjudication. Also, what this money will go forward is the reconstruction operation and furnishing technology maintenance of the Perry Justice Court building. Happy to answer any questions. If none, I'd ask for passage on the morning roll call.
Senator Chisholm, what purpose? Oh, Senator Sparks, what purpose?
A question, Mr. President.
Do you yield, Senator Sparks?
I do.
Senator Sparks, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Madam Chair. This is an assessment unlike the ones that are for criminal cases. This is an assessment on civil cases. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, seeing no further questions, the senator suggests the use of morning roll call final passage. Any senator object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? Seeing nope, we do have a couple no's. Senator Dupree has no. Senator Hill has no. Senator Chisholm and Senator Harkness has no. Senator Turner Ford is present. Brumfield is present. Present for Barrett. And Senator McCon as no. And Senator Sparks as no. Anyone else? Seeing no others, please record all others present. Oh, I'm sorry, present. Senator Hobson. Senator Barr as no. Senator or present? Which one was it, Senator Barr? Present? Present for DeBar. Anyone else? Seeing no others, please record all others present by the use of morning roll calls, voting aye, and the bill is passed. Okay, Senator Sparks, number 10. Number 10? Parks, I'm sorry, I had Sparks on my mind over there.
Thank you, Mr. President. I call up item 10 and ask the title be read.
Please read the title.
City of Hattiesburg, authorized to enter into long-term lease agreement.
Make the usual motion.
Senator makes the usual motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senator Parks.
All this is simply doing is authorizing the City of Hattiesburg to come into a long-term agreement not to exceed 30 years on the ability to lease city-owned property. Happy to answer any questions. If none, I'd ask for passage on the morning roll call.
Seeing no questions, the senator suggests the use of morning roll call for final passage. Anyone object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? Seeing none, please record all present by the use of morning roll call as voting aye, and the bill is passed. Senator Parks.
Thank you, Mr. President. Call up item 11. Ask the title be read.
Please read the title.
House Bill 4130, Yazoo County authorized to establish an economic and industrial development authority.
What this bill
Senator makes the usual motion. Senator makes the usual motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senator Parks.
This is simply authorizing Yazoo County Supervisors to establish an economic industrial development authority. Happy to answer any questions. If not, passage on the morning roll call.
Seeing no questions, the senator suggests the use of morning roll call for final passage. Any senator object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? Seeing none, please record all present by the use of morning roll call as voting aye, and the bill is passed. Senator Parks.
Thank you, Mr. President. Call up item 12. Ask the title be read.
Please read the title.
House Bill 4134, Lowndes County authorized to establish an industrial zone emergency response district.
I make the usual motion.
Senator makes the usual motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senator Parks.
All this bill is simply doing is authorizing the Mississippi Industrial Fire and Rescue District to serve the mega sites surrounding the Golden Triangle Regional Airport Authority. Happy to answer any questions. If none, I'd ask for passage on the morning roll call.
Seeing no questions, the senator suggests the use of morning roll call for final passage. Any senator object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? Seeing none, please record. Oh, Senator Hill as present. Senator Hill is present. Please record all others present by the use of morning roll call as voting aye, and the bill is passed. Senator Parks.
Thank you, Mr. President. Called up item 13 and ask the title be read.
Please read title.
House Bill 4135, City of Waynesboro, authorize assessments on convictions obtained in municipal court for maintenance of city building infrastructures.
Senator makes the usual
Is there a
motion.
motion?
Senator makes the usual motion. All in favor say aye. And all opposed no. The ayes have it. Senator Parks.
Yeah, this is just simply allowing the city of Waynesboro to levy the taxes against on the convictions. That's $50, the maximum misdemeanor conviction through the municipalities, and also a $50 on the DUI charge. I'm sorry, $150 on the DUI charge. And this is all for the infrastructure within the maintenance of the building in Waynes County.
Senator McCon, for what purpose?
Good question.
You yield, Senator?
Yes.
Senator, you recognize?
Senator, I'm sorry, it just shocked the conscience a little bit. We've seen the $50 ones in the past, and I'm not totally favorable to them all the time, but the $150 on DUIs, is this, have we done this in other jurisdictions?
We have had a couple. This year it's been typically 50-50, but we had some last year and the previous year. I think I just extended a repealer on one that was a larger amount as well.
Must have been out of chamber that day, so I'll just have to keep watching for them.
It's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, Senator DeBar, for what purpose?
Question.
You yield. Senator DeBar, you recognize.
Do you remember now?
I do.
Okay. Thank you. No more questions, Mr. President.
Okay. All right, seeing no further questions, motion, Senator. Senator, you use the morning roll call?
Yes, passage on the morning roll call.
The senator suggests you use the morning roll call for final passage. Any senator object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? Senator Barr? No?
No.
Present? Oh, you have a question? Excuse me.
No, I don't. After the vote's over.
After the vote's over, I'm with you. Okay, so no for Senator Sparks, no for Senator Hill, no for Senator McCon, Senator Dupree, Senator Frazier, Senator Mumford, Senator Blackman, Senator Brumfield, present for Senator Barrett, no for Senator Blackwell, no for Senator Thompson. Thompson, no. What did he say? Yeah, okay. Okay, Senator England, no. Present. Delano, present, and present for. Delano is a no? Okay, excuse me. Present for Senator Hobson, present for Harkins, and Islam, no. Jackson, no. I'm going to slow down a little bit. Present for Ladner, present. Present for Senator McMahon, no for Senator Younger. Slow down. Senator Chazanal, no. Senator Wiggins, no. Senator Thomas, no. Senator Rhodes, no. Senator Hill, no. Senator Turner Ford, no. Senator Taylor, no. Hold on. Senator Seymour, no. Present. Present for Senator McClendon. No for Senator Chisholm and Senator Hartnett. Present for Senator Carter. Senator Seymour, no. Anyone else? Senator Blunt, no. Senator Parks as a no. You're rocking that baby.
I made an error, sir, so I'm trying to correct my ways.
Senator Whaley is no. Senator Berry is no. Senator Williams is no. Senator Michelle, no. Present for Senator Michelle. Senator Bryan is no. Senator Johnson is no. Norwood is present. Senator Suber is present. Is there anyone left? Hold on, please, for the vote. Senator Blackwell, for what purpose?
Introduction out of order.
You're recognized, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. President. If the Senate would look over to the non-smokers table, we have our doctor of the day, Dr. Gaza Remack, who's the husband of Representative Remack. Dr. Remack is an internal medicine physician and a gastroenterologist, practices at Oxford Baptist. Please extend a warm Senate welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor, for being here. With 31 noes, the bill has failed. Senator Parks.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask that I call up item 14 and ask the title be read.
Please read the title.
House Bill 1837, Knoxville County authorized tax on short-term rentals to promote tourism, parks, and recreation within.
I make the usual motion.
Senator makes the usual motion. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senator Parks.
This would simply be authorizing the tax on rentals, hotels rentals for the promotion of the tourism and parks as we usually do, and this would be with a vote. So I'm happy to answer any questions. If none, I would ask for passage on the morning roll call.
Seeing no questions, the senator suggests to use the morning roll call final passage. Any senator object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? Senator Hill, no. Senator Hartness is no. Senator Chisholm is no. Senator Whaley is no. Senator Suber and Senator Carter both as no. Anyone else? Seeing Sparks? No. No. Okay, seeing no others, please record all others present by the use of morning roll calls voting aye, and the bill has passed. Okay, Senator Parks.
I would request immediate release, please, and then next.
Senator, on all those today, of those passed today, immediate release. Anyone object? All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Immediate release is granted. Okay, we'll go to a motion to reconsider. Oh, Senator Parks?
Yes.
You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to reconsider the vote by which House Bill 4112 passed. And I have an amendment at the...
All right, we need to, if you're going to skip one, well, first let's say, Fillingham, were you going to bring yours up? If not, we'll pass and retain that item 15, and then you call up item 16, Senator. Item 16, no. Which one are you calling up? Oh, the one that you passed and retained? Okay. And item number is what? Oh, it's from yesterday's calendar. Okay, okay. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Let's read the title, please.
House Bill 4112, City of Tupelo, restore certain funding to be used by Northeast Mississippi Regional Water Supply District for district operations.
Senator?
I have an amendment.
Okay, the bill's been brought back before the Senate. We have an amendment. So you're recognized to explain the amendment.
What I'm simply doing is removing the repealer. It should not have been there. It was a mistake, a clerical error. This bill is already subject to a repealer, and it's after the payment of the bond principal and the interest. And I'm happy to answer any questions, if any.
Seeing no questions, the Senator moves we adopt the amendment. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senator?
I suggest passage on the morning roll call.
Senator suggests use morning roll call, final passage. Any senator object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? Seeing none, please record all present by use morning roll call as voting aye, and the bill is passed. Thank you, Senator. Now we'll go to Senator Fillingham. A motion to reconsider, pass and retain, the next one as well. All right, and then we'll go to, in conference on appropriations, we'll pass those, right? Pass those items. So appropriations, hold on. We'll go to page 9, in conference finance. Finance, in conference pass and retain those items. And go to, we'll go to general bills and, general bills, Senator Hobson 112, pass and retain. And go to item 113. 113, accountability, Senator Johnson.
None of these are filed.
What now?
None of them are filed.
Oh, these aren't filed, you're right. Okay. Page 17. 125.
125 is the first one filed.
Hold on, please. Okay, in conference general bills, item 125, Senator Younger. Senator Younger, pass and retain. We're going to pass and retain it.
The next one filed is 141.
141 is Senator DeBar. Senator DeBar, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Call item 141. Have the title read.
Please read title.
House Bill 1395, School District provides certain provisions regarding sale or lease fund use property.
Thank you, Mr. President. My motion is to adopt the conference report, and I ask you to recognize Senator Blunt to explain the report.
Senator Blunt, you're recognized to explain.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate. This is a conference report dealing with the state law which governs the disposition of schools, school buildings that have been closed by a local school district. The main differences between the House and the Senate in the bill have essentially kept the Senate language, which allowed for a charter school to retain its first right of refusal to buy a closed school. They have to give 6 months notice, and they have 12 months to close to purchase the school. The House version was 90 days, and we felt a wider window was necessary, and the House agreed with us on that. The second part of the bill is in Section 3, which deals with the reverter. There are changes to existing law that allow for a little more flexibility for the buyer. We believe that this will make the property more marketable to a potential buyer. The language here is the Senate language. I'm happy to yield for any questions on the conference report.
Senator Hobson, what purpose?
Question, Mr. President.
You yield, Senator Hobson.
Yes, I do.
Senator Hobson.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator Blunt. Did you go back to the Senate language on the transfer and reverter provisions that we originally had in the bill?
Yes, let me get that. Well, yes, there was one sentence deleted from the Senate language in section 3, the last sentence, but other than that, and I can get that for you, but the other language that is in the bill came from the Senate, the version that passed the Senate.
Okay, great. Thank you, Senator.
Yes, sir.
Senator McCon, what purpose?
Question.
Do you yield?
Yes, I do.
Senator McCon.
Senator Blunt, I know you worked hard on these, and I know you probably don't know this yet, but my question would be, often in educational settings or in church settings, land could potentially be donated for the purpose of those. We're not overriding any reversionary clause that might be in a deed already, are we, with this?
No, this is for property, specifically school buildings that the local school district has decided that they don't need. In my area, they've closed a lot of schools, and the district would like to sell those buildings, but it wouldn't have any effect on something on a deed prior. It just deals with disposition.
Well, and I'm just getting in the real property law there. What I'm saying is, though, if that property was acquired by a family that donated 5 acres of land for the purpose of building a school, with a reversionary clause saying that in the event it's no longer utilized as a school, it revert back to the family, we're not overriding wishes within a title chain there, are we?
Certainly, I would defer to you, not being an attorney, but I would not think that would be possible if a family makes a donation to a school district for a certain purpose. I would think that the school district would have to.
And I don't know the chains on these. I just know that in chains they exist, and often we have to be careful with not doing that because I don't want to override wishes within the chain of title there. But
I agree with that. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I see no further questions, Senator.
I move we adopt the conference report by use of the morning roll call.
Senator suggested we adopt the conference report by use of the morning roll call. Does any senator object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? Seeing none, please record all present by use of morning roll calls voting aye, and the bill is passed. We'll go to items pass and retain 142. Senator Taznall will pass and retain 143. Senator Delano. Pass and retain that item. Pass and retain Senator Wiggins, 144. Go to 145. Senator Boyd. Pass and retain 146, 147, 148. We'll pass and retain those items all the way 149 through 156, page 18, unless someone wishes to bring one of those up. And then we'll go to 157. Senator, did you have one before 157? Okay, 157. Senator Barrett. Senator Barrett will pass and retain. And we'll pass those items through 164. Pass then to 165, pass and retain. Senator Fillingane and 156, pass and retain. 167, Senator Delano, pass and retain. 168, 69, 70, and 71 will pass. 172 through 176 will pass and retain with no objection. Go to item 177, Senator Boyd, pass and retain. Senator Barrett, pass and retain that item, and 179, and then 180 through 183 will pass and retain. Senator Boyd, and Senator Carter will pass those items. We'll go to item 184, Senator Younger. Senator Younger. Senator Younger will pass and retain. And 185, 186, Senator Fillingane, pass and retain. 187, Senator Wiggins, 187.
Thank you, Mr. President. Go to item 187, call that up, ask the title be read.
Please read title.
Senate Bill 2726, Mississippi Opioid Settlement Fund Advisory Council bring forward provisions related to.
Mr. President, my motion will be that we do adopt the conference report and I be allowed to explain.
You're recognized to explain, Senator.
Thank you. As everybody's aware, this is the enacting legislation or the amended enacting legislation for the opioid settlement funds. In general, we've taken most of the Senate position and some of the House position, and to go over it real quickly, lines 54 through 57 is the definition of settlement funds and just does the definitions related to those things. Then if you go over to, if you lines, starting at line 189, this was from the House about where it states in developing the priorities, the council shall align with, to the greatest extent practicable and consistent with state law, the following items, and we list them there. That is to, when the council does its job to list the vetting and selection of the projects or the funding opportunities according to this. We did take out the House's language that had DEI in it, so that is no longer in the bill or in the conference report. If you go over to line 233, it states about the Attorney General's office using non-abatement funds to hire a third party to manage the funds and get the funds out, and it has to be pursuant to state procurement laws, and they are to provide the following services that are listed there. This was something that the Attorney General's office had requested. It will make getting the funds out faster and quicker, and in an efficient manner. Then we kept the provisions that tightened up the ethics laws related to this. So if you look at line 269, that was our language, where a member of the council shall not seek to influence, vote on, or participate in the recommendation of the grant recipients, and to allocate the funds for the benefit of any organization with which the member has an affiliation. Then in lines 276, talks about a report being generated and going to those public officials. And then line 285 states what the report needs to show. And then if you look at line 293, no later than 45 days after signee die, in which the settlement funds are appropriated, the LBO shall report to the Attorney General the amount of any abatement and non-abatement settlement funds that were appropriated from the fund. And I want to state too, because we had received comments and questions, this is the work of the council is being and maintained, respected. Let me rephrase that. The work of the council is appreciated, and we are ensuring that they will continue to do their work. What we are doing is simply tightening up the language and tightening up the laws that are surrounding the appropriation of these funds, and we have kept the legislature's priority of appropriating. And there was some question about the law as it was implemented before. The intent has always been that the legislature retains its ability to appropriate the funds, but it is the council's job and valued work to vet and to recommend the programs or the applications, which as I have said to many different folks, that I think that the council did, considering everything for the first time, did a heck of a job in presenting those recommendations to the legislature. And the changes that are in this conference report are consistent with how the legislature has handled other such programs and appropriation of funds. So with that, Mr. President, I'd be happy to take any questions.
Senator Dupree, what purpose?
Thank you, Mr. President. A question.
You yield to Senator,
yes.
Senator Dupree, you recognize?
Yeah, since I wasn't here last year, Senator, this advisory council, how many members serve on the council?
I don't know the exact numbers, but that was put into law. If you look at starting at line 76, it states where who the council shall consist of, and it lists all those members there. That's starting at line 76.
Okay, that was my next question. Who actually does the appointments? Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Senator Hill, what purpose?
Question.
You yield, Senator Hill.
I do.
Senator Hill, you're recognized.
Just looking at the, on around lines 248 where it talks about the third-party vendor that the Attorney General shall enter into a contract with and what that third-party vendor would be responsible for doing. Would not we be creating another tier of scoring these projects alongside with what the council was created for in previous legislation? So I guess what I'm asking, the council will score projects and recommend projects, but it also says this third-party vendor is also going to score projects. Is that correct?
No, and I'm glad you asked the question. So, and this gets into a little bit of a nuance, but I'm glad you asked the question. The third-party vendor is not going to be scoring the projects. If you look at starting at line 237, and there it says, here's the services that they are to do: administration of an online platform, technical assistance to grant applicants, initial independent assessment. Well, it does say scoring and categorization of proposals to help with that, grant administration for those line item appropriations, outcome monitoring, including the review of quarterly reports and other necessary data and the reporting of the data. And this is to help the Attorney General's office administer what the council is doing. And from the standpoint of, is this a extra layer? Maybe so, of bureaucracy, but it's also an accountability measure. And from what I understand, when things came out, or when these things were being handled through the Attorney General's office, through the council, people raised the issue. The Attorney General herself has thanked the legislature for this provision in here, because it helps their office get this money to the people that we are appropriating it to in an efficient and fiscally responsible manner. So, it's my position that no, they are not scoring it in the sense of it's an extra layer of scoring. What they are doing is assisting the Attorney General to get that there efficiently.
Well, I'm just looking at lines 246 where it says initial independent assessment, scoring, and categorization of proposals using standardized criteria. So according to that, they will be scoring projects, if I'm reading that correctly.
It does say that there, but you also have to look at everything else. And if that's a problem, this is going to be going through the Attorney General's office, and I think anybody can talk to the Attorney General herself about it. But in Senator Hill, I have heard people saying, oh my gosh, this is somehow undercutting the work of the council. It is not. This is accountability, and you yourself have been a stalwart for accountability of funds coming out of this body, and this is what this is doing.
I don't have a problem at all with accountability. I'm just looking at how many people we're going to have to listen to and get proposals from before we make a decision, and this is adding another layer. That's just my concern, but I like the accountability part of it, as far as a clean way to handle it and submit and, get the money out and look at the quarterly reports. I think all that's good. I'm just concerned with another layer of somebody telling us what we need to fund and what we don't need to fund. That's just my concern.
Well, and it's from your standpoint, it's a valid point. I think that when you look at it as a whole, it is this third-party vendor is to make it better, easier, more efficient with accountability in it. I would hope that the Attorney General's office is listening to part of this and understands that it is not the desire of the legislature, both the House and the Senate, that there becomes another layer of bureaucracy and scoring, and we value what the advisory council or the opioid council is doing. But we want to protect the integrity of the system, the accountability. Again, that's why we have all the language in here where the report has to be done, it has to be sent to us. And I will tell you, you're familiar with this. We get those reports and we can come back next year and we'll tighten it down even further.
Just the concern is that the people that met and worked, on that council are some really, really good, hardworking, concerned, knowledgeable people. And, I just don't want them to think that this is just, knocking down everything that they've done and making their role basically pretty insignificant. That's just the initial concern, but I do understand and I like the accountability parts of it.
No, you're right, and I want to be clear. The work that they have done is tremendously valuable to the legislature and to the citizens of the state of Mississippi. They've done it on their own time. They've done it because they were asked to do. It is their way to serve the state and give back to the state. I personally have talked to a couple folks that were on the council. I've shared that. I think your concern about that is warranted in the sense of raising the issue, and that as we went into the conference process, that was at the forefront of certainly my mind, and I know Senator Boyd's. And so they need to be assured that we value what they are doing. And this is not an attempt to undercut what they're doing. It's simply an attempt to allow for accountability of these funds.
Do we have a time that the contract, the RFQ, will be put out there and for people to attempt to obtain the third-party vendor contract?
So there was...
or how much it'll be worth?
Right. So there's back and forth, but the conferees had discussions with Liz Welch at DFA, and they assured us that this could be done in 60 to 90 days.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Senator Bryan, what purpose?
I'd like to speak on the bill.
All right. And seeing no further questions, Senator, you yield Senator Bryan to speak.
I do.
Senator Bryan, you're recognized.
Yet another example of why the Onion is just going to have to go out of business. Rube Goldberg on LSD could not have come up with a more convoluted process. But what's really important, apart from all that, is I have said over and over again, yet again, there's a rather large pile of money to be used in general terms for public health. And yet again, we've got an entity out here in a world of its own with no coordination with how funds are being spent elsewhere, no coordination against any statewide plan that there might be, just another huge amount of money being spent on public health in a manner that's completely and totally uncoordinated.
Okay. Senator Wiggins.
Thank you, Mr. President. I, of course, value the public health chairman's work in public health. I would disagree, I strongly disagree, I think the word is vehemently disagree, with the uncoordination that he's referencing. This structure, if you will, has been done on other funds that the legislature has appropriated, and to be honest, it's been an accountable structure. It's been a fiscally responsible structure. It has also allowed the citizens of the state of Mississippi, who are not elected officials but want to give back, to have a say in the process. We have maintained our ability, our constitutional authority to appropriate the funds. And that's what we are doing here. We have a lot of public health needs. I could go into all the Medicaid dollars and everything, the mental health dollars. I understand the public health chairman's concern, but this is about the opioid settlement money that came to us through lawsuits, which is not generated, if you will, by taxes in the traditional sense. And so this is special money. It's what I call it, special money that is generally can be handled that way. So with that, Mr. President, I would move for adoption of the conference report on the morning roll call. Passage of the conference report on the morning roll call.
The senator, excuse me, the senator suggests the use of morning roll call final passage. Any senator object? Any senator wish to be recorded as voting no? Senator Bryan as no. Anyone else? Seeing no others, please record all. I'm sorry, Senator Hill as no. Who else? Present for Senator Hill. Excuse me, Senator. Anyone else? Please record. Seeing no others, please record all others present by use of morning roll call as voting aye, and the conference report has passed. Now we'll go to items 188. We'll pass and retain items 188 through 193. And we'll go to item 194, Senator Bryan.
I ask the title be read.
Please read the title.
Senate nomination number 107, LaPatrick B. Patch Stevens, LCSW, Starkville, Mississippi, Board of Examiners, Social Workers and Marriage and Family Therapists, as a licensed certified social worker, 4-year term, effective July 1st, 2026, and ending June 30th, 2030.
I move we do advise and consent.
The motion is we do advise and consent. Senator Thompson.
Introduction out of order, Mr. President.
Can you hold on just a moment, please?
Yes,
thank you. At the proper time. The senator moves that we do advise and consent by the use of morning roll call. Does any senator object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? If seeing none, please record all present by the use of morning roll call as voting aye. Do advise and consent has been approved. Now, Senator Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. President, for an introduction.
You're recognized, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, in the South Gallery, we have with us the 6th grade gifted class from Harper McCollin Elementary in Long Beach, Mississippi, with their teachers, Miss Wendy Lacey and Miss Meredith Beal. Class, if you will, stand up and let us make you welcome at your center.
Welcome to your Senate. Okay, we'll go to items 195. Senator Carter pass. 196, Senator Suber.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to go to item 196 and have the title read.
Please read title.
Senate nomination number 1, Allison Grogan Cruz, Camden, Mississippi, Board of Trustees of the Mississippi Outdoor Stewardship Trust Fund, 4-year term beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2029.
I'll make the usual motion.
Not necessary, Senator.
All right. Ms. Cruz came before the committee. Everybody was satisfied with her responses. I think she's going to be a good addition to that door stewardship trust fund. Excuse me. So my motion would be that we do advise consent based on the morning roll call.
Okay, Senator Carter, what purpose?
Question.
You yield, Senator Carter.
I yield.
Senator?
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Chairman, for yielding. Did they file an economic interest?
She did. Actually,
Okay.
she filed it before the meeting.
All right. So you truly vetted this person
Yes, sir.
with all confidence.
The committee was very satisfied with it.
Thank you, Senator.
Okay, the senators suggested we do advise and consent by use of the morning roll call. Any senator object? Anyone wish to be recorded as voting no? Seeing none, please record all present by use of morning roll call as voting aye, and do advise and consent is approved. Now we'll go to Senator Berry. Pass and retain. We'll pass 198. Pass and retain 199. Senator Younger 200. Pass and retain 201, 202, 203. Senator Bryan.
I would like to pass and retain the additional nominees from Public Health and Welfare, which I believe concludes the general calendar, and if I'm recognized, I have a unanimous consent request.
We'll pass and retain the the rest of the, to advise the consent part of the calendar and your request, Senator.
There is at the desk the unanimous consent request. I'd like to explain it if I may.
You're recognized to explain.
This deals with Senate Bill 2566.
Senator, can we read the title? I'm sorry, can we read the title first? Please read the title.
Senate Bill 2566, State Board of Cosmetology and Barbering, revise various provisions related to.
All right, Senator Bryan, sorry.
That's okay. I want to make clear this deals with Senate Bill 2566. It is a bill that was referred to public health, and the reason I'm at the podium making the unanimous consent request, as you know, the unanimous consent requests are traditionally made by the chair of the first named committee. This particular request, and it's on the screen, deals with the failure to amend the long title of the bill. As the bill went through the process, amendments were adopted which changed the text of the bill, but the long title was not changed to conform. What this does is simply change the words in the long title to conform to the text of the bill. I'll be happy to answer questions if there are any.
Okay, so no questions. Senator, motion was?
I just ask unanimous consent to make the changes in the bill.
Unanimous consent is requested. Anyone object? All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senator's approved. Senator. Senator Hobson. Senator Hobson, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate conferees will need to come to room 216 and 201 for Senate and House conference reports, respectively. All conferees, conference is called for this time, 10 o'clock. So in 2 minutes, we'll start the conferencing of those bills, in those reports. There will be some that are not quite ready, so any conferee, you need to look at your list if you're a conferee on any appropriations bills to make sure that you do not leave town, and I think we're going to recess and come back up here, but do not leave town until you know all of your conference reports have been considered and you've signed off on those, or if you have problems, to address those with me or Corbin to get answers to those. Thank you, Mr. President. And that's in 216. Just a reminder, 216 for all Senate-originated bills, 201, which is the House Appropriations Committee room for any House-originated bills. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Before I go to Senator Blackwell, Senator Harkins.
Announcement.
You're recognized, Senator.
If you are a conferee on a finance revenue bill, we're going to meet in room 210 5 minutes after recess to go through some of the conference reports. Some of them have been signed, but if you are a conferee, please meet down in room 210 in 5 minutes after recess.
All right, Senator Mumford, for what purpose?
For introduction.
You're recognized, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. President. Joining us in the gallery, we have students from Northwest Jackson Middle School. Will y'all stand? This is a 7th grade class. They have been studying the 3 branches of government, and this is the climax of their government lesson. Let's make them all feel welcome.
Welcome to your Senate. Senator Chazanow, for what purpose?
For an announcement at the appropriate time.
You're recognized, Senator.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, many of you have been given tickets for tonight's event, which is the Morgan Freeman Symphonic Blues Experience. If there are any of you who find yourselves unable to use those tickets, please return them to me. I have a number of people that have asked and hoped that there might be some available. So if you are not able to use your tickets, which you were given yesterday, please return them to me so that people who are able to use them will be there. The event is sold out, and that's the only way some people will be able to attend. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator.
Mr. President.
Senator Blackwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate stand in recess till 11 a.m.
Motion is stand in recess till 11. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senate stand in recess till 11 a.m. Senate come to order. Senator Hobson for an announcement. Senator Harkins.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Senator Harkins, you have an announcement? Senator Hobson for announcements.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to the conferees that assigned your conference reports. If you have not been down there again, 216 for Senate-originated conference reports, 201 for House-originated conference reports. I know we have 4 House reports that are not ready yet, and the conferees on those are Delano McClendon on House Bill 1911, Wiggins and Hickman on 1924, Wiggins and Sparks on 1931, and DeBar and McCon on 1939. Those reports are not ready, and Mr. President, if you'll give me just one moment. Okay, I think that's it, but please make sure before you leave today, before we recess or adjourn, that you check to make sure you sign all your conference reports and see Corbin or me if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Whaley. What purpose?
For an announcement.
You recognize, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. President. 10 minutes after recess in room 210, we'll have a local and private committee meeting.
Okay. Any other announcements? Seeing no further announcements, Senator Blackwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate stand in recess until the last committee report is filed.
Conference report.
Sorry, till the last conference report is filed, at which time the journal will reflect we're adjourned until 2 p.m. Sunday.
Senator moves we stand in recess until the last conference report is filed, at which time the Senate Journal will reflect we stand adjourned till 2 p.m. Sunday. All in favor say aye. All opposed no. Ayes have it. Stand in recess till 2 p.m. Sunday.